Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Wednesday, February 4th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is set to open lower this morning with ASX futures down around 1/3%. Global equities fell as investors rotated out of the tech sector while precious metal prices rallied. On Wall Street, investor concerns about AI creating more competition for software makers led to a sell-off in those stocks, dragging the Nasdaq lower. A catalyst for the fears was Anthropic's launch of a legal tool for its Claude AI chatbot. Nvidia and Microsoft shares fell heavily, while Alphabet, which reports its earnings tomorrow, fell, along with Amazon ahead of its report the following day. Among those stocks hammered were the software as a service companies including Salesforce, Adobe, Synopsys and Atlassian, while Intuit slumped, along with Expedia, which lost more than 15%. AI data firm Palantir bucked the trend, rising 7% following strong quarterly results. Advanced Micro Devices fell ahead of its quarterly report after the bell. And PayPal dropped precipitously after it forecast 2026 profit below estimates. Healthcare stocks came under pressure after Wegovy maker Novo Nordisk warned that it expected a steep decline in annual sales, with Eli Lilly and other obesity drug makers also under selling pressure. And Pfizer shares fell despite posting fourth quarter profit above estimates, while Merck rose after its positive quarterly results. Walmart has become the first retailer to hit $1 trillion in market valuation, with its shares rising. And Disney named theme parks head Josh D'Amaro as chief executive, placing a long-time insider at the helm and ending the succession uncertainty. The US House of Representatives has narrowly approved a bipartisan deal that would end a partial US government shutdown and has sent it to President Trump to sign into law. Meanwhile, on the geopolitical front, the US military has shot down an Iranian drone that it said had aggressively approached its aircraft carrier in the Arabian Sea. The incident comes as diplomats seek to arrange nuclear talks between Iran and the United States. Elsewhere, Federal Reserve Governor Stephen Miron says the current state of US monetary policy is too tight for the economy, saying, "I'm probably looking for a little bit more than a point of interest rate cuts over the course of the year." Well, incoming Federal Reserve Chair Kevin Warsh is expected to press for interest rate cuts while shrinking the US central bank's balance sheet. US Treasury yields have risen as traders contemplate a shift in federal policy. The yield on the 2-year note rising at 3.58%, the 10-year is around 4.3%. Australian 3-year government bond yields jumped by 10 basis points in response to yesterday's interest rate hike, but settled lower at around 4.37%. Markets are pricing in a 15% chance the cash rate will be hiked by 25 basis points at the next meeting in March, with at least one more increase by the end of the year. The US dollar index is down slightly on the day, the Aussie dollar extending its post-RBA rally to 70.5 US cents before consolidating, currently trading at 70.2 US cents. Oil prices have continued to climb after the US shot down an Iranian drone, escalating tensions between the two countries. Brent futures around 1.5% higher at $67 a barrel. Gold and silver prices have rebounded sharply after a steep sell-off over the previous two sessions, with bullion rising more than 6%, its biggest daily increase since 2008, as bargain hunters bought in. Spot gold is close to $5,000 an ounce. Silver is up more than 7% at $85 an ounce, and Bitcoin is trading below $77,000. Among the companies reporting earnings today are Amcor, Centuria Office REIT, Charter Hall Social Infrastructure REIT, and Pinnacle Investment Management, while Nufarm is due to hold its AGM. That is your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.